Good morning, Scott School, on this wonderful wintry Wednesday, January 17th. Boys and girls, today is an early release day because teachers had professional development this afternoon. So dismissal will be at 11:57 a.m. Boys and girls, have no fear. I emailed all of your families to remind them. So if you were kind of wondering, if your after school plans have changed, it is most likely that your parent, guardian, grown up, someone from home would have let you know. So it'll be a day like we typically have once a month or every other month. So no worries. Boys and girls, one thing I do want to talk to you about though on these days, meaning these really wintry, blustery, cold days, it is super duper uber important that you are wearing all of your winter gear, even if you're riding a car to school and then getting out. I know it can be kind of stuffy in a car and get hot, and you might even get a little sweaty or moist, but I am going to ask that you please make sure when you step foot outside on these blustery days that you wear all of your winter gear because it is really cold out there, and we want to make sure that all parts of your body are protected from the wind and the wind chill and all the things. So that's really important. And after school, boys and girls, those of you who get picked up or walk home, the same is true for you. It is probably, unfortunately, pretty unlikely if you have morning recess today that you will be inside. Yeah, it's probably likely you'll be inside, unlikely that you'll go out. So you won't have to really worry about all that winter gear, but after school, you really need to suit up because it is chilly, chilly, chilly out there. Okay. So from now until winter ends, it's always an important rule to follow, but especially on these really cold days. I also want to give a shout out for our kickoff of NWEA testing. So I heard some really great things yesterday for classrooms who tested yesterday, and I know a new set of classrooms are testing today. So best of luck, boys and girls. The number one thing I want you to remember is when you give your best, that's all we ask, and your best is good enough. So I want you to remember that and ask yourself when you're testing, am I giving my best? And if I am, that's good enough and I can keep moving. If you find yourself asking that question and going, maybe I'm rushing through and I'm just kind of clicking on answers, pause, check yourself, and then turn it around. You are in control of that, boys and girls. You can make that choice to make better decisions. And it's super important because NWEA is not a test that tells us everything about you, but it does give us some really great information so teachers can create instruction that meets your needs and celebrate with you all the learning that has taken place from the beginning of the year till now. Like, we want to celebrate you, but we don't know unless you take it seriously and give your very all. And boys and girls, have you been fab with vocab? That's the last thing I'm going to talk about this morning. Our word of the week is stereotype, and this word is near and dear to my heart because it is human nature that we all stereotype other people by what we believe is true. And sometimes we do that by what we see, and then we formulate our own opinions and ideas. Most often, boys and girls, you have to be cautious about stereotypes because stereotypes, although might be accurate, a lot of times they're not. So don't judge a book by its cover, is what we say. You always want to get to know people in situations and events, especially if you're participating in a new activity, before you judge it. So be fab with vocab. See how you can use stereotype in your conversations, in your writing, find it in your reading, and most importantly, apply it in your everyday life. Because even though stereotypes exist, we want to make sure that we're basing opinions on facts, not just on things that we judge others or events or things on. And now on to Mrs. Schwartz.
Why, thank you, Mrs. Reha. We've got a stack of Panther Pride winners today from Miss Anderson's room, Caden and Alyssa. From Miss Fleagle's room, Jenna and Ace and Lucas and Maddox. From Mrs. Denning's room, Max and Molly and Liam and Owen. And from Miss Greenhow's room, we have Jackson and Penny and Emery and Donovan. and Emmett and Zoe. Congratulations, my friends. We are just always so proud of you when you demonstrate our Panther Pride behavior. Now, my friends, let's please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a wonderful Wednesday, Scott School.